Hey folks, Dave here, and I am back with part 3 of my custom build for the Fallout 4 Wasteland Workshop DLC. This is of course my death arena that I have titled The Cage, and it's kind of an extension to my absolutely massive Pleasure Island, Spectacle Island build. Now if you're coming into this late, you've missed quite a few videos, and if you're interested in seeing the rest of Spectacle Island as Pleasure Island and the rest of the Cage build, check out the description as well as the cards on the screen right now to see all of the different videos that make up this build so far. For now though, here in part 3, we're going to finish the Cafe of Shattered Dreams, which I don't think I've actually named yet in the beginning of the video, and we're going to do a little bit of testing of the arena again at the end. But if you're mainly interested in seeing the arena in action, check out the beginning of part 2 of this series, because this one is going to mainly be a build video. I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for your support and for checking it out, and I will see you guys on the next video. I am still loving that loot room. I forgot to show you guys out here on the decking. Got another advertisement to earn caps and fame in the cage. And then on this old hotel sign, nice neon sign for the cage itself. I guess I should probably add some railings over here too. I'm liking all of these very rough looking steel railings with all the rust and stuff. Fits this build very well, I think. Got one of our guard overlooks right there. Notice how it mainly overlooks the spectators, not over the arena itself. And then I turned this into kind of like an exclusive box. Not that amazing, but one of the nicer seats outside of the control room. Okay. Again, I'm trying to avoid using electric lights because of all the issues with the electricity bleeding. Imagine heat wouldn't be too big of an issue with all these vents. The smoke, maybe. Put a fire barrel down. And then an oil lantern. And I actually meant to put a lantern. Oh, you're brave, sitting in Joel's seat. Meant to put a lantern over here in the corner as well. There we go. I had one there, and I kept knocking it over. Now for the food prep area, might put a Nuka-Cola machine down there. I'm trying to remember. It's one of the vanilla objects. Do I even remember where that is? Is it under miscellaneous? Midst of all this trash and whatnot? A boat anchor. Armor stands. A barrel stack. That seems appropriate storage for our concession stand. Probably not next to the stove, though. There we go. Let's see if that Nuka-Cola is in here amidst all the bodies. There's a box of Nuka-Cola. That seems appropriate. Close enough. A campfire. Oh, there's the Bethesda candles under miscellaneous. I actually kind of want to use those, so I'm gonna get rid of the modded candles. Don't fall in the door. Don't fall in the door. Nice. That's cool. They cast a bit more light. Ceiling bell. Chair. Cigarette machine. I'll put that up here. Coffee set. Fire barrel number 2. Flag. A grill. Don't really need that. Icebox. Are we getting warmer? Mannequins. Aha! Nuka-Cola machine. Number 1. And number 2. Put you right here in the corner. Actually, I might put you right here instead. On air. That'd be cool to link with the stoplight there that starts the matches, but again, I'm trying to avoid working too much with the electricity. Things are pretty fragile as it is. Do you like this spiked trap though? Poles and hooks? Oh man. I'm thinking I'm gonna put one of these hooks right here. One right here. Did that glitch into the wall? No, it's okay. Perhaps one back here as well. I can decorate with some of those bits of human remains that I saw before. Well, we found the Nuka-Cola, but I think instead of that table and vase there, I'm going to go with a planter, a nice planter of some kind here. How big would that be? That's a little too big. I'll pick one of the nicer, smaller ones, like this one right here. That's perfect. It's almost too small, though. Yeah, that works. Just was not a big fan of that small nightstand. Got our Nuka-Cola set up. Got our cooking area with the storage. Anything else for up here? I might put some benches down too. Ooh, shelving. Again, I am easily distracted. We could probably use some shelves for the food prep area. Let's put one, maybe 2 on the wall there. And let's go back, not to couches, but some kind of bench. We'll do more wooden benches up here. Just a single one. For those maybe waiting to enjoy their food. Or I could do a patio table. I kind of like that, guys. I think patio is under miscellaneous. Let's see. It might actually be under tables. Let's see. Aha, tables. Patio table. Do just a couple of those. With some chairs. Again, these will be crappier chairs. tuck that one in there. And that one too. Nice.
People having to sleep in shifts. It's making everyone a bit cranky.
Well, I can't say that that'll be a smoke-free patio, but maybe if we got rid of this fire. I'm rethinking that because of the smoke. What else could go in that corner? Because I really like having a controlled cooking stove with the exhaust going up and over. I don't want a fire down there. For containers, maybe like a fridge of some kind. Washing machine, perfect. While I'm looking at med kits, that would make sense to have down here. And one for the control room. Maybe even, I'd say 2 for the control room, actually. Aha! Whoops, didn't need to actually build that. This is a fat old fridge right here. Will that actually fit back there? Not really. The skinny one would work better. And I'll scoot drink stand back just a tiny bit. There's still plenty of room to get around that. And I think all we're missing now for the food section are the small decorations like the food prep stuff, guys. Structurally, I really do like how that looks. I think I will add one more lantern for light, though. And let's use the Bethesda lantern, seeing I now know where that is. Oh yeah, okay. And our raider heads real quick too. Put one on the hook there. And then one back here. That's grim. Let's see, where's that? There's the candle. There's the lantern close. Diploma. Fire barrel, flag, fishing pole. Nuka crate. Also seems appropriate, like someone's about to load the machine. Oil lamp. Add that one there. I like it. I think we've truly forgotten nothing now. We've got our heads in the hooks. Our Nuka-Cola machine's about to be restocked. We've got our food prep area. No more big props for this side of the arena, guys. I think it's time to work on the docks now. So I've been thinking, and because I've gone so far over the build limits here on Spectacle Island, I think I'm going to keep the decorations for the wharf side pretty simple. I'm just gonna adjust this turret so he's not shooting into the arena. I had it that low because I'm trying to prevent him from shooting into the top of the cages here. I might just have to put a solid rooftop to keep that turret from being able to see in. Yeah, I'll just put one solid rooftop right here. I've also got to be careful of all of these wires as I'm working. it's going to be all too easy to mess something up. I don't want to have to reload saves all night. Okay. Rooftops, just a simple concrete rooftop there. There we go. The turret should have a harder time, at least, shooting into the cage area. I think I can lower it just a tiny bit more to make that angle even harder. There we go. Pressure plate is still working here. Oop. Don't want to get caught inside though. Yeah, I'm gonna leave these guys on the death carts as the only actual decoration over here. And for the wharf. Okay. Pretty limited space inside. I'm gonna leave the doors open, so no doors at all, technically. Let's look at exterior structures. For those of you wondering, that's where the stadium lights are. I think either coming from Homemaker or OC Decorator. There's some cages. Not quite the ones I was looking for, though. Let's see. Possibly under prefab? Miscellaneous? Aha, there we go. Let's turn object snapping off. And I'm gonna just put a couple of cages in the shed here. What else do we have? Some diner pieces. And a jail cell, but I like these smaller cages. Those are going to need a door, though. There we go. Cell door. I think one of these slides sideways. And neither one is wanting to snap. Interesting. Well, it clips a little bit. Not sure if I can actually fix that, though. Maybe I can. There we go. That works for me. Let's put our second door on. Oh, sure, now it wants to snap. Perfect. I'm thinking some mats for inside. I don't think we should put any outside because I imagine that there's some Deathclaw cages that are being pushed around. There's not really a huge dock here, so actually let's put this second staircase right here. Scoot the crane over just a bit. I want to put a ramp right here. For the large stuff, like the Deathclaw cages. Question is, should we actually use pier pieces for that? What do we have? I mean, there's basic shack floor. Yeah, that could look pretty good. Go ahead and snap it. Scrap that driftwood. And then I'll use my exact positioning tool to go ahead and curve that down. Now because this object is not quite lined up with the XYZ coordinates of the game world, I can't just rotate it down, but playing with it back and forth, just toggling at the two different angles has gotten us really close to lined up. I think that actually passes right there. Lower it just a tiny bit. It does have that motion blur glitch. Just grab it, let go of it again. And there's our load ramp for the fighting arena. Sweet. Now, I was thinking about putting some cargo out here. But honestly, guys, I don't know if it needs it. Maybe if I add one more piece to the end here. Put these stairs on this side. Like so. Well, now we've kind of created a walkway. So we can't really put a huge chunk of cargo there. No gigantic containers. But let's take a look and see what we actually have. Yeah, these are going to be way too big. Well, how if we just place the one? It's going to cost 10 steel. Yeah, I think that fits okay. I think the loading route for the cage still works just fine. But organizationally, I'm wondering if the crane would actually look better out here and the container closer to the inside. Yeah, I think the crane is going to look better on that side. And the container will actually fit right here. Let's tuck it in right there. Nice. I'll put a flatbed cart right there. And a wheel truck inside. One mysterious vault crate. Man, I am burning through some steel again. And perhaps just one wooden crate hanging off the cart right there. Scoot you guys a bit this way. Okay. Again, I'm going to try and not overdo things here. Are there any smaller pieces of cargo that could go up here? Yeah. Place a couple of pallets. I think with some barrels and some boxes on top of that. And then all we're going to be missing for this side is the railings. Nice, guys, this is looking pretty good. Before I place the railings, let me go to the kitchen clutter. Actually, no. Let's save first. Let's play it cautious. We are really pushing the game here. A food synthesizer. Put an empty bourbon bottle in this guy's cell. Got himself some of the good stuff. Bowl with cracked, broken glass for that guy. And both of them get buckets. Don't you give me that look. You're guarding a death arena. You knew what you were getting into. Not seeing the smaller bucket in this category. Maybe I'll just place one of these pots or pans instead. Large saucepan. Cooking pot, cooking pan. There we go, I got 2 of these. I can spare one. Now speaking of guards, I feel like I should probably put a guard post here. Should I have it against the ground is the question. Hey, that works pretty well. Nice. Is it seriously getting dark again already? And I'll do one more guard post rug on this corner. And what I'm thinking for this pallet right here, if you guys were wondering why I just dropped that off and left it, gonna lean it up against the wall. If I can get it to cooperate. Almost there. It's never a lot of fun when objects aren't lined up on one of the axes, either X, Y, Z. So then you gotta get it just right. There we go. Pallet leaned up. Well, I thought that was it, but from this angle it's still tilted just the tiniest bit. That'll do it right there. Just gonna sink that. The angle is good. Okay. It's a lot of work for a leaning pallet. Oh, Finch Farm is under attack by raiders. Sorry guys. The general is currently in disguise, building horrible things for Joel on Spectacle Island. I'm gonna save after all of that madness with the pallet. Let's finish off our railings. I'm gonna actually do these for the cargo area. Very, very simple railings. They would just snap, please. Oh. Let me over. Railings too effective. Okay. Get you guys into position here. And like I mentioned on my guide to creating realistic settlements, which you guys can find linked in this playlist. I can drop a link down in the description too. The key to any kind of realistic settlement whether you're on PC with plenty of mods to help you out, or on consoles with mods coming hopefully sometime this summer. The main key is just spend the time to add all the little extra details. Doesn't matter what platform you're on. That is what really sells the realism. And for you guys on console that are doing these builds that I keep seeing with all of your hand-dropped props out of your inventory that you're lining up with physics, just hoping that dog meat doesn't knock them off the shelves, you guys amaze me. Keep it up. I had to do that back on my Sanctuary build before I had the OC Decorator mod. And I know the frustration of props that like to explode into the air every time you fast travel back to your settlement. Some of these mods aren't so much about convenience as they are about saving my sanity. Done quite a few builds now, and I'm still really enjoying it, but I feel like if it weren't for some of these mods to streamline the process, I wouldn't be enjoying it nearly as much. Nice and simple, guys. I do believe got our buckets in here. Does that finish off the loading area? Again, I really don't want to overdo it. Hear the Deathclaw crowling. Yeah, we've got our ammo up here. I'm not going to bother with tons of detailed props. This is a very to the point, business-like settlement. Guards won't have too many personal effects in the guard towers. Alright guys, I'm gonna place a chair here and we're gonna sleep for just a minute to get our daylight back. It's a good crappy chair for down here. And then I'm gonna place a couple of wall decorations and just call this complete. And we are back with more sunlight. One of our guards going to his post, it looks like, with his sword. Alright, wall decorations. I'm gonna start with small signs just because that's a smaller category. And how I usually do this to save myself time is when I find a sign that I like, I'll go ahead and make a circle around the entire settlement and place it everywhere that I want that sign. And so if this is going to bore you guys to tears, I will see if I can remember to put an annotation up so you can just skip past the signs. This is our last stage. That fit out here? Right there it will. Come in, we're open. Diner menu. Gonna put a crappier menu perhaps on the wall. I'll move this first aid kit to the post if it'll clamp. Okay, I'll put it back here instead. Uh-oh. I was gonna say, where did I just place that menu? Neon signs. Out of order. Rooms for rent. On the air. Ice cold beer served here. Now that one's got an arrow. Just happens to be pointing in the right direction to put it down here. On top of this sign. Or maybe. There we go. Arcade, Cafe of Shattered Dreams. You know what, guys? That's a great throwback and a perfect name for our cafe. Gonna put one right there. And one right there if I just adjust it out a tiny bit. That is awesome. I've been looking for a good use for that sign. Let's see, Chems, coffee shop, cocktail lounge, shoe shine. Yes, we're open. Okay, so that fixes our small signs. Not gonna bother with the large signs, but I am now just remembering that I haven't placed the kitchen props just yet for the Cafe of Broken Dreams, as we've just named it. And of course, the weather's not gonna cooperate right now. Let's do a small dispenser. Do 2 hot plates. Serving up some coffee and tea as you watch people murder each other. Ooh, I am actually a bit low on coffee pots. I have to go see if anyone else is selling them. Got a pre-war toaster though. Where did I find that? Put some empty bottles back here on the shelf. Again, all of these props are coming from the OC Decorator mod, which is absolute lifesaver. Keeps things organized. Mixing bowl back there. Gotta have a bucket where no one's gonna see it. Let's just not bother. Some aluminum cans. I've got plenty of these. Well, Finch Farm is no longer under attack. I wonder if they were able to fight it off, because I actually can't remember what kind of defenses they have. A lot of the settlements that I haven't gone to yet, or haven't spent a lot of time at, have either almost no defenses or just a couple of test ideas from, in a lot of cases, months ago. So I'm not sure if they had enough firepower to fight back that attack. Again, notice guys, I'm going to rotate each one of these just a tiny bit to mix things up. It's those small details that do help. Tarnished coffee tin. And a Vault-Tec lunchbox. Can I put you on the shelf down here? Let's turn off surface snap. There we go. And I'll put down a dirty plate or two with some samples for the discerning customers. Yeah, guys, that's definitely plenty of small props. Let's not go too crazy. I'm gonna switch over to consumables and add a couple of these on top of the plates. Now the beer would probably be in the fridge. I'll put the vodka on the shelf. What kind of meat do we have today? Crispy squirrel bits. Those don't look half bad. I'll place a couple of them on the end here. Make that our sampler platter. The one annoying thing about OC Decorator is... Turn off surface snap there. When you're placing new objects, they tend to be extended out just really far from your camera, which is why I'm placing a bunch of these while sitting all the way back. Well, I don't have any of these meats. I had not come prepared. Squirrel on a stick. Well, I do have the raw meats. Let's just go ahead and cook one, and we'll have a sample steak here. Deathclaw omelet. I don't want to use up my egg. Now a good old Deathclaw steak. That's more like it. I think I just passed it, and it actually remembered where I was in the list. There you are, Deathclaw steak. Delicious. All that leaves for consumables, at least that I was thinking of, is a couple of Nuka-Colas. I don't think I've passed them yet. I was right. And one down here on this shelf. There you have it, guys. The Cafe of... I keep calling it Broken Dreams. Cafe of Shattered Dreams. This is why you always check things from other perspectives. Our coffee pots were trying to float away. Open up that door there like someone's about to restock it. So that is now officially 100% all of the small props. And again, we're back to just our signage. We're going to go into our flags first. I'm going to place the Anarchy flag at just a couple of locations where we have lots of bare concrete. Do one here. And there. No need for one there, but I'm thinking... Ooh, I found a hole. Sinkhole. Let's do one up here. Now leasing. General goods. Yeah, I think that's the only flag that really fits. I think that's enough of those. Not going to bother putting any up near the command bunker. Let's skip paintings, go to large posters first. We got some graffiti here. The revolution starts here. That's floating a little bit. There we go. Psychos. Ooh, lucky you. I'm liking this graffiti here. This one might be a prison cell graffiti. Perhaps one more down here in the arena. And right underneath the control room window. Let's see if I can get that a bit closer to the wall. Oh yeah, there we go. By the time you're done reading this, you're dead. That's going right underneath the death claw. And this Raider graffiti is great for cells. Headshots. Now on this wall, I'm going to put that served graffiti. And I'm thinking I'll let go in the cell. But this cell is not open. I don't think it's actually toggled from the control room. So let me hop on up there and open that door, and I'll place some graffiti as I go. Close that switch back up too. Yep, I'm stuck in a tree. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put any graffiti on this side. Graffiti is going to work best for the cage areas. Okay, cell 4. Power you up. You'll actually be able to see it from the outside windows. There we go. Let go. Where's your god now? But totally misspelled. That's pretty intense. That's all kinds of creepy. Deathclaw meat. Let's put that one on the inside of this cell. Or is it warning Deathclaw ahead, actually? Ghoulin loving it? Oh yeah, quit your whining. It's gonna go facing the cells there. I am all alone. Man, this stuff is dark. Keep out. I'm wondering where that could go out there, possibly. Let me actually unlock this door here so I can get in and out easily. Yes. Just trying to track the door. If I could just find room for the keep out here. There we go. That works well. Dead. Let it all end. Put a smile on top of that one. Peace. Running from the inside, ghoul. Some pretty intense graffiti. Got Got some posters, don't really need those. Thank you, Overseer. Okay. These have to go on each side right here. This is too perfect. And then I'll move this one. Oh, I'm catching the saw blades again. I'll move that one out just a little bit. That one's amazing enough. Thank you, Overseer. That I think I want to put more up top. It's just so cheesy. It's perfect. I almost forgot about the quit your whining one. I'll just move it way up over the Deathclaw head. It's actually really hard to see anyway. Thank you, Overseer. This chance to earn caps and die a horrible, horrible death. I'll put one on each side of the control room up here. One behind the wires. And do we have space for one on this side? If it hangs over the edge just a bit, I think that's okay. Obey. There we go. Watch TV conform. Would you kindly? I love that. Would you kindly obey? A little bit stretching the lore, maybe. But I like it. Doing some quick looking here. To help us is actually very hard to see. Yeah, I'm just doing some quick looking. There's probably not much under small posters that we really could make use of. We're getting to the point now where there's enough detail to fill in the gaps, and we don't really need to add much more. Doesn't mean we can't, though. Got more Raider graffiti. Here we go. This is the one I was looking for. There we go. A new level, once again, from just crafting, basically. It's a little too disorganized. I'm imagining this is like the Death Claw's current kill count or something. And then the peace sign right there. Hey, it's the gunners. Again though, guys, you gotta know when to call it, and I think I probably should have called it a while ago. So I'm gonna do myself a favor right there and just close that menu. No more posters. We're just gonna put down a couple of beds in the cells and then call this build complete, I think. It's functional and it's pretty realistic looking, even as crazy huge as it might be. Put a few in here. Just one in there. And a couple in here as well. I'll lock that back just with a console command. Give it a lock strength of 75. Thank you, Overseer. What a mess of wiring, too. I would normally clean that up if it were a Minutemen settlement, but this is a crazy death arena. The crazy wiring kind of works for it. Okay, guys. All of the traps are primed and ready. Just gotta, whoops. Just gotta wait or sleep to get them armed once again. I really think it's complete. I just want to duck around, take one final look. I'll be posting an album of some high-resolution screenshots of Pleasure Island, including the cage arena right here, so you guys can be sure to keep an eye out for that. I'll be posting them on Facebook and on Twitter. Once that album is ready to go, you guys can get a nice high-res look at this build, but let's cut the lights on there. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. This is something very, very different. And while I don't see myself building a lot of arena-based stuff with the new Wasteland Workshop DLC, I'd say I've gotten my $5 worth with this build right here. For sure. If you guys have additional suggestions, though, you're welcome to drop them down into the comments. I do try and read all of the comments, even if I can't respond to you individually. And I'm sure I've missed something that's probably pretty obvious to you guys. So yeah, if you've got suggestions for changes or additions. But for now, I'm going to just come back up here to the control room and set off one final fight just to celebrate the end of the construction. Deathclaw, bait, and saws. That ghoul went right into the saw blades. Just the Deathclaw? Kind of. Oh, there's a stingwing or something there too. The ghoul's running for the corner. Oh, and he's now small pieces. Hey, buddy, this is the Overseer's window. Ooh, that's a mythic Deathclaw. Wait, did he already kill all the ghouls? Oh, there's hounds. Not for long, though. Almost a shame, guys. We have this high-ranked Deathclaw and no one for him to fight. Except for me. Let's activate the traps. Here comes more hounds. That's it. I'm going in. And he's lost his legs. That took care of that. Well, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.